Hey everybody, it's Jasmine and today I have a video that is perfect for beginners. I'm super excited because I actually share a lot of tips and tricks with you guys in this video. It's very in-depth, so if you want to see how I got this look or if you want to see how I blend, all that stuff, then keep on watching. The first step I want to emphasize is moisturization. Now I have the Glossier Priming Moisturizer. Now moisturization is important just because obviously if you're dry, you're going to need moisture, but also if you're oily, because if you're not moisturizing your skin is going to produce more oils to compensate for the lack of moisturization. I know a lot of people don't prime their face before foundation, but it's honestly a step that I don't like to skip simply because I find that priming is kind of like a layer underneath my foundation, so all the foundation doesn't sink into my skin. It's more of like the foundation is sinking into the primer as opposed to my skin. And so here I have the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I've been using this for quite some time now, and I finally formulated my opinion on this. Now this is a very moussey textured primer, and it does smooth out the skin and make it an even texture for your foundation so that the foundation doesn't emphasize any lines, wrinkles, texture, bumps, anything like that. And the plus side is that this primer is only $6, so definitely really affordable and worth a try. For foundation today, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I am in the shade Golden Beige, and on the front of this one, it says it's a medium warm foundation, and I feel like the Wet n Wild foundations are probably going to be your best bet if you're trying to look for a foundation for you, just because it tells you the shade plus the undertone. And so this is kind of what I look for in any type of foundation, and if I can't find the shade online, if it's a medium warm, then I probably won't get it. So if you're a beginner and you're just trying to find a shade that's like maybe a light cool, or maybe you're a tan warm, definitely look into these foundations and it will help you narrow down what foundation shade you are. So I'm just going to dot this all over my skin. This is also a very natural finish foundation for me. I feel like it's not too matte, not too dewy. It's definitely just like a standard foundation in all honesty. And to blend this in, you guys know I'm using my ShopMissA Wonder Blender. If you want, you could use my affiliate code. I haven't said that in a while. To help support your girl. And so I'm just going to go ahead and bounce this into my skin. And as you could see, it kind of just evens out my complexion. And as for like redness, like on my chin, and let's go over my nose, it does a pretty good job just evening out the tone, but it doesn't give me too much coverage. So it's definitely perfect for those who just go to school, go to work. And then I like to just go over my eyelids with any of the remaining foundation, just because I like to use that as an eye base. I know a lot of people use eyeshadow primers. I personally don't really see a difference with or without an eyeshadow primer in my opinion, so I kind of just use my foundation and concealer as one. Since I do have a lot of darkness under my eyes, I want to go in with some concealer. I also have some red spots that I want to cover up still, so I have the new Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade C7. I try to match the color with the Tarte Shape Tape Light Medium. I don't know if I did a good job or not, but it's okay. This stuff was only like $7. So I got it at Ulta, if you're wondering, and basically what I like to do with concealer is I like to just go under my eyes like this. Obviously you could use as much or as little as you want. I just go very heavy-handed with concealer. I don't know why. It's just in my nature at this point. And I know a lot of people say that this Makeup Revolution concealer is a dupe for the Shape Tape. It's not. This is more of like a demi-matte concealer, and it's more of like a medium to full coverage. Well, I feel like the Shape Tape is full coverage, it's matte, it sets on its own. I feel like this will not set on its own. There's just a lot of differences, and I just feel like if you watch Kathleen's favorites video, she mentioned that the only thing similar is basically the packaging, and I agree. But as a concealer, This stuff is just really, really good. It's very hydrating. So if you do have dry skin or you don't want to emphasize any texture, this is one of the concealers you would probably gravitate towards. Powder is definitely an optional step. There are tons of powders on the market. There are loose powders, pressed powders, all that stuff, and I kind of just use whatever's in my collection at the moment. And right now I actually have my RCMA no color powder, but I actually put it in my Coty Airspun powder tin. Both of the powders, the Coty Airspun and the RCMA, are actually really great loose powders. And so since I ran out of my Coty Airspun and I just have this much of my RCMA left, we're just going to utilize that. Now, a lot of people like to bake, and if you're not the type of person to really set your foundation in place, if you don't need it to be set all day, or if you don't like that fully matte finish on your face, then I would probably recommend just going in right where your concealer was and then just pressing it in with the sponge, because I feel like with the sponge, it presses the powder into the skin, but it doesn't make it look cakey because it's not sitting on top of the foundation or concealer. So I'll just go in and then I'll just continue to tap it in. Now, some people like to bake their smile lines if you smile a lot or you just make a lot of expressions. I'm gonna do that here just to kind of show you guys. So right here is where it would normally crease. And I'm just going to press it in to my skin like this. Let's take a break from the face and let's move on into the eyes. Now, I wanted to use a palette that I felt like a lot of people owned, so I just whipped out my Modern Renaissance by Anastasia. Now, this is a pretty basic palette for those warm tone lovers out there. This is what it looks like if you're unfamiliar. And you know, we're just gonna utilize some of the shades. I'm gonna teach you guys how to blend, all that stuff. So let's get into it. First and foremost, it is very crucial that you set whatever is on your eyelid, whether it was an eyeshadow base or it was concealer or it was foundation. So I'm going to be using the shade Tempera and Golden Ochre, and I'm going to be using the ShopMissA All About Eyes brush set. So this one is E129, and I'm just going to use this brush to dust on those shades onto my eye all the way to my brow bone. If you've been watching my videos for any length of time, you guys know that my go-to blending brush is my Sigma E40. I can't live without this brush. This is my tried and true. This is my baby. And so I'm going to take the shade Raw Sienna right here, tap off the excess, and then I like to start, personally, because I have small eyelids, I like to start at the outer corner here. And I like to do circular motions, blend out, because I like my eyeshadow to kind of go into a cat eye shape. I blend it out a little bit, and then I'll go into the midsection of my eyelid and then bring it into the inner corner. Not all the way to the inner corner, but like towards the inner corner. And it's all in circular motions. I know it looks kind of crazy, but I like to bring my transition shade a little higher just because I do have small eyelids, so this kind of compensates to give me the illusion that my eyes are bigger than they actually are. This eye look is going to be pretty basic. It's not going to be anything super crazy. So I'm going to be using the shade Warm Taupe on the ShopMissA E130. I'm going to tap off the excess. And this shade is just going to go into the outer corner because it is a pretty dark shade, I want to say. It's not too dark, but it's not too intimidating, you know? And so I'm just going to pop this into the outer corner here. And I'm going to stay using these circular motions and kind of winging it out again. And I'm only going to take it in halfway here. To blend the shades together, I'm going to go back into the blending brush. I'm not going to grab any color, and I'm just going to go right over the colors and just go in circular motions, blend it out, and the shades should mesh together because the shades are not too far off, so it should blend together easily. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I kind of already started. So I took my finger and took the shade Primavera, which is the gold, and I just packed it on the first half of my eyelid. And this is just going to be, I feel like today's look is just going to be pretty simple. It's going to be a gold and brown smoky eye. So I'm just going to pack it on my eyelid. I brought it up pretty high because we're also going to deepen up this outer corner just a little bit more. I want my outer corner to be just a teeny bit warmer, so I'm going to mix Relgar with Raw Sienna and Warm Taupe. We're going to mix all three. And I'm just going to grab this and put it into the outer corner right here, just because I extended the gold just a little too far. So I want to bring back the matte, and I'm just going to pop it in the outer corner and just work my way into the gold, and I'm just going to fade it in. And then again, we're going to take that Sigma E40 brush and blend everything together. And as for like the gold part, I like to just skim right on top with the brush, just so the lines are kind of blurred a little bit. I get tons of questions on how I do my eyeliner, and I actually have a video where I talk about how I do it in depth. Now I'm just going to basically line my eye with a pen because that's the easiest way I found that I could do my eyeliner, and it's also easy for beginners as well, just because it's something that you're kind of used to holding. You're used to holding brushes, pencils, all that stuff, so this should be a piece of cake for you. This is my beloved Physicians Formula Eye Booster pen. I like to hold the mirror down low like this, and then I just line my eyes. I'll keep my pen horizontal, and I basically just line it as close to my lash. My camera stopped filming, so I don't know where it left off, but I basically said I hold my pen horizontal, I keep my mirror down here, and then when I get to the outer end, I extend the line up like that, and then I kind of connect the line down to the base of my lash line. And then what I'd like to do is I like to take some concealer and I like to clean up my line. So let me find my concealer brush. This one is ShopMissA E131, and I like to just take this and clean up the extra eyeshadow, and I like to line it up against my eyeliner so it looks really, really sharp, and then I'll blend it out with my ShopMissA E108. I'm gonna coat my lashes with the Essence Lash Princess mascara. Hear me out, please. If you are going to put eyeshadow on your eyelids, please put something on your lower lash line, whether it's mascara or just a little bit of eyeshadow. Do something, okay? Because there has to be a balance, because right now the eyes are top heavy, okay? And you need something to balance it out. So we're gonna take Raw Sienna again, and we're gonna use the E129, I believe. And we're just gonna take this on the tip of the brush and just pop this on the lower lash line. We're also going to take some mascara on our lower lashes, just a little bit, a little flare. Right now the look isn't complete because I don't have my lashes or my inner corner highlight, so I'm going to use my Sigma E30 with the shade Vermeer, and I'm going to pop this right in the inner corner just a little bit. And what this does, it gives the illusion that basically your eyes are wide awake, you're here, you're present, you're just ready to get the day started, you know? Now, just knowing me, I wear fake eyelashes regardless if it's a natural look or not, just regardless. I love it. I just love the way it makes my eyes look. It makes my eyes look a lot bigger than they actually are, which is what I always go for. So right now I have the Juno Co Lashes in the style 11 with my Kiss eyelash glue. And the Kiss eyelash glue is probably my favorite drugstore eyelash adhesive because it's only $3. You could get it at Walmart, and it works better than the Duo lash glue. So I just like to give it a little shake before I put it on my eyes. And I line up the outer end with my outer end of my eyeball, and then I kind of just line the rest up with my eyeliner. And that's basically how I apply eyelashes. For bronzer today, I have my e.l.f. bronzing palette in the shade Bronze Beauty. Now to blend this out into my skin, I'm going to be using these ShopMissA foam ink brushes just because they're my favorite for powder application. And I'm actually going to take all the shades in the palette on the F24. And I actually just go in with circular motions again and just build up the color as necessary. And what I like about this palette is that it's pretty natural, and if you want to build it up to be really, really intense, you can, but if you want it to be pretty sheer, then you have the option to do so. For blush and highlight, I have my beloved Makeup Revolution Golden Sugar 2 Rose Gold palette, and I actually like this palette because these four are like rose gold shades that you could use as a blush or as a highlight. And then you have these two golden shades right here that you could use on your eyes or on your face, and then you have these two matte shades that you could use as a blush or a bronzer. Now for blush, I'm actually just going to use all four of these pinky shades, and I'm using the F22. And I'm just going to pop this onto my cheeks. And it is pretty shiny, but I love that. For highlight, I'm going to be using this golden cream shade. And whoo! Like, wow! Wow, 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 wow. Ooh, boom, boom. Get it, get it, get it, get it. By the way, I'm using my Sigma F03. Now, if you're a beginner with makeup, you're probably just like, what lip color do I wear? There's so many options. Well, if you want to look expensive, or if you want to look like you actually have your ish together, use a dark lip color. It's going to make everyone be like, wow, you've been doing makeup for a while now, huh? You know, it's out of the safe zone, it's out of the nudes. So I'm actually gonna go in with a dark brown. Now I have my Jordana Easy Liner Retractable Lip Pencil in Coco Loco, and then I have my Gold Label Cosmetics lipstick in CEO. The reason I use lip liner is to make sure that my lipstick and anything that I'm using goes on within the guidelines. Oh my god, I look like Kim Possible. It's just helpful because sometimes, you know, you can get out of line and then you don't know how to fix it, especially with these bolder colors. So lip liners do help. And then as for lipstick, it's kind of what is your preference. Like, do you like regular lipstick? Do you like liquid lipstick? I personally love my regular lipsticks because my lips get really dry. And this color is so pretty. Finally, we have some setting mist. Now, when I started doing makeup, there was no such thing as setting mist, but definitely throughout the years I found that setting mist really helped me in the fact that sometimes I apply too much powder, sometimes I want my makeup to extend longer, sometimes I just do it just to do it, you know what I mean? And so I have two. I have one that I want to try and then one that I've been actually really liking. And so I have the new Maya Badescu facial spray with aloe, chamomile, and lavender. I'm excited to use this. I bought it with Michaela, so let's give her a shot. Let's give her a test squirt. Okay. Whoa. It's got in my mouth. Oh my god, it smells so strong. Oh my god, okay. It smells really strong of lavender. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. And I like to just personally fan myself because I feel like my skin looks better when I fan. I don't know, I just feel like all the liquid evaporates evenly when I do. And if you're looking for like a really inexpensive one, this one is by ShopMissA. This is one that I found that really helps melt the powders into my skin. It makes my skin just look like I woke up like this. It's really amazing and it's pretty affordable. I don't think that this extends my makeup for a very long period of time, but it makes my skin look really good. It makes it look really good. Alright you guys, I wrapped up this video. I hope you guys learned a little something. I hope you guys found some of the information I shared useful, and as always, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.